What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I need to bring you part 2 of the Union Impact FAQ. I showed you part 1. We went through a lot of rulings, but we didn't go through all the rulings, and frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I feel a little bit sad and a little bit embarrassed, and I shouldn't have done that. So, probably fair to go and have a look at the rest of the rulings, and we're going to start off with GATOMON here. Now, this is one of, and there's a few in the set, there's 3 of these cards in the set, that reads, on both players' turn, your opponent cannot gain memory except by tamer effects. Now, we went through the rulings in the previous video, so we're going to run through these extremely quickly. When your opponent has this Digimon, but you play one of these memory borrowers, like Metal Greymon, for instance, that you gain free memory when you attack and lose it at the end of the turn, you don't gain free memory when you attack, because you're not allowed to gain memory outside of a tamer effect, and this would be that. However, you can still lose your memory at the end of the turn, and you will, so attacking will lose you free memory. Don't do it. What about something like Hammer Spark? Doesn't work, you're gaining memory not through a tamer. What about Hammer Spark as a security card? It doesn't work, you're trying to gain memory without using a tamer. There we go. Black Tailmon is a card that came around, made its debut in this particular set, though I believe Black GATOMON is the English name for it here. And this is your ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill security card, the likes of which every set, every colour, got one of in this particular expansion. And we've had the same rulings for all of them so far. When it is played, is it also treated as a security Digimon in the battle area? No, it is just treated as an ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill Digimon, just like any other in the battle area would be. Can you play it even if it loses the fight when it is a security Digimon? Yes, you absolutely can, and the 4,000 power means you often will. And if this was revealed during a security check, but the attacking Digimon is performing multiple, when do you actually play this? You play it at the end of this security check at the end of the battle, before the other checks are made. There we go. Arakenimon here is another new Digimon that came around in Union Impact. When you attack, you may pay free memory and play a Malemyotismon from your hand without paying its cost, and then destroy this Digimon. Do you have to activate the effect? No, it says you may, you do not have to. When this Digimon attacks and activates its effect to play a Malemyotismon, when this Digimon is destroyed, what happens to the attack? There is no attack. Essentially, you go to attack, you play Malemyotismon, and then you're not there to actually attack anymore. There is no attack because the Digimon that should be doing the attack is no longer there to do the attack. When the Digimon attacks and activates the effect, but then the Digimon is destroyed, do the evolution sources effects of this Digimon still activate? Yes, they do. They absolutely do. However, if you would have to put this Digimon to active, or if you would have to be in the battle area to activate, they do not. Putting it simply, they do activate, unless destroying the Digimon would make it impossible for them to do so. And when this Digimon attacks and activates its effect to play a Malemyotismon, but then it is destroyed, do I get +1 memory from the Malemyotismon that was played? Yes. Yes, you do. Now, as a quick reminder here, Malemyotismon says, on both players' turn, if your other Digimon or your opponent's Digimon are destroyed, you gain 1 memory for each Digimon that is destroyed. You play Malemyotismon, then you destroy Arakenimon, so you do get the extra memory here. How lovely. Now, Mummymon is an extremely similar card here, in that you still get to play a Malemyotismon from your, well, you get to play it without paying the cost, but instead of playing it from your hand when you attack, you play it from the trash. We have a bunch of rulings here, but they are the exact same rulings with the exact same answers that we just talked about with Arakenimon. So we're going to move on to Lady Devimon. Did I thank Game Academia for giving us our translations here? I can't remember if I did or not, but they have, and they're awesome, and we love them. So Lady Devamon here, we've got a skill that when you Digivolve, you draw 2 cards, then trash 2 cards in your hand. And an inheritable skill, once during your turn, when you use an option card, you may delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. So if we're using that inheritable skill to destroy a level 3 Digimon, do you destroy it before or after the resolution of the option card's effect? And it is after. You play the option card, resolve the option card, and then because you've played an option card, you then destroy a level 3 Digimon. So let's say for argument's sake you use the option card. Well, we've translated it as Spider Shooter, so let's go for that. A free cost option card that when you play it, you de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, i.e. you discard the top card from one of your opponent's Digimon. Well, can you do that to devolve it to a level 3 and then use a skill to delete that level 3? Yes. Remember, you play the option card, resolve the option card, and then you delete a level 3 Digimon. After you've finished resolving the option card, you have a level 3 Digimon sitting there. Okay, you've made it from the option card, but that's fine. It's still sitting there after you've resolved it. And that means that you absolutely do get to delete it, which sounds like fun. Mastemon here is a lovely new level 6, which is coming along in the set. And when you Digivolve into it, you discard 1 security of both players from the top, and then you may play a level 4 or less yellow or purple Digimon from your trash without paying the cost. So, if I don't have any level 4 or below purple or yellow Digimon in my trash, do both players still discard the top card of their security? And the answer is yes. Because you discard the top card of your security, and then you go ahead and look to see if there is a level 4 in your trash. Does the security card discarded activate a security effect? No. Security effects only come in when they are revealed as a security card during a security check. That is not the case here, you're just discarding it. My opponent has 0 security when I activate this effect. Do I win the game? No. You don't win the game by trying to discard a security when there are no security cards. You win the game by attacking when there are no security cards, and that is not what's happening here. When neither myself nor my opponent has any security, we've both got 0 security, and I activate this card's effect, can I still get a level 4 purple or yellow Digimon without paying its cost? And the answer is yes, you can. You go to discard the top card of both players' security, you can't, there's nothing there, then you go to play a level 3 or 4 Digimon, and you totally can. Now, one card that a bunch of people have got excited about is Lilithmon, and I'd count myself among them. If you have 10 or more cards in your trash when you Digivolve, you may put 2 purple option cards from your trash into your hand, and once during your turn, when you play an option card from your hand, you may gain 2 memories. Pretty good card, to be honest with you. Well, is this card's effect of gaining 2 memory before the resolution of the option card, or after? It's after. It's probably going to make very little difference, because remember, it's all got to be fully resolved before you decide whose turn it is anyway, but it is after, and, you know, now we know. Speaking of level 6 purple Digimon, we can have a look at Malomyotismon. This is the one we mentioned a moment ago that's got piercing, and on both players' turns, if any Digimon gets destroyed, you gain a memory for each Digimon destroyed. Okay. If I have this Digimon on my side, and my other Digimon attacks my opponent's Digimon and both are destroyed, does that mean I gain 2 memory? Yes. 2 Digimon have been destroyed, you gain 2 memory. If security Digimon are destroyed, do you get +1 memory? No. They're not treated the same as Digimon. They don't really count in the same way, so you don't get the extra memory. It's got to be Digimon on the battlefield being destroyed. When I have 2 of this Digimon on my side and 1 other Digimon is destroyed, do I gain +2 memory? Yes, you do. Because 1 Digimon's been destroyed, but there are 2 Malomyotismon and they both activate at the same time. Both my opponent and I have 1 of this Digimon on our side. one other Digimon is destroyed, what happens to the memory? Well, the answer is both effects are activated at the same time. The player whose turn it is resolves their turn first, so they gain a memory, and then the other player gains a memory. But the reality is we just end up in the same position where if you had 4 memory and you're the active player, you're going to just have 4 memory left. And this Digimon and an opponent's Digimon battled. Both are deleted. Do you still gain +1 memory? Yes. One of your opponent's Digimon is destroyed, so you gain 1 memory. Now this one is slightly weird to me, because there would be a strong argument here to make that Mastemon's not on the field when the destruction occurs, but I suppose it's the same theory of you get to go first, so you activate the skill and then you are destroyed. Moving over into Tamers, we need to have a little bit of a look at Ken. Ken's got a lovely skill whereby on your turn, when your green or blue Digimon destroys your opponent's Digimon by battling and survives, you may rest it and gain a memory. When my green or blue Digimon destroy my opponent's security Digimon, can I rest it to gain a memory? No! Security Digimon are not the same. We've talked about this. Okay, fair news. What about Joe Kiddo? I quite like that Joe Kiddo's come around in this set. At the start of your turn, if you have a Digimon with blocker, you gain 1 memory. If I have multiple Digimon with blocker, do I get that much extra memory? No. You get 1 memory. It is not at the start of your turn, you gain 1 memory for every Digimon with blocker. It is at the start of your turn, if any of your Digimon have blocker regardless of number, you will gain exactly 1 memory. Mimi Tachikawa is back in this set as a purple tamer, and on both players' turn, if you or your opponent plays an option card, you may rest this to gain a memory. Is it before or after the resolution of the option card? It is after, just like they always are. Now, moving over into option cards here, we can have a look at, well, it's kind of awkward, right? Because of the translations, Game Academia have got it as elaborate tactics, but we've been calling it a delicate plan. One of your Digimon gains if this Digimon security check reveals an option card. That card's security effect does not activate until the end of the turn. Does that also stop the security effects of Tamer cards or Digimon cards when they are revealed? And the answer is no. It specifically refers to option cards, therefore it is talking about option cards, and it does not apply to either Tamer cards or what we have now as security Digimon. Let's stop fighting. Digimon cannot be destroyed by battle until the end of the turn. Okay. Do my Digimon not get destroyed even if they lost a battle with my opponent's security Digimon? Now this is a rare exception where they do not get destroyed, because it's still a battle. Nice. Does this card's effect also stop when attacking effects that destroy Digimon? No. When attacking effects are not part of the battle, they are extra effects outside of it, so unfortunately your Digimon would still be destroyed by that. My apologies. Desperado Blaster is another one we can have a little bit of a look at here. You discard 2 Digivolution sources from the bottom of all of your opponent's Digimon, and then if you have a green Digimon, you rest one of your opponent's Digimon that has no Digivolution sources. If I don't have a green Digimon, but a green Digimon was played afterwards in the same turn, do I get to put one of my opponent's Digimon without evolution sources to rest? The answer is no. If you do not have a green Digimon at the point when you play the option card, you do not get to do it. It checks once, only once. It checks when you play the card. As soon as you have finished playing and resolving the card, it is too late and you cannot activate that effect. Cracker. A lovely yellow option card that your opponent may discard one of their security. If they do not, you recover 1. So either you gain a security or your opponent loses 1. Either way, it seems pretty good to me. Well, when I play it, does my opponent get to choose whether to discard their security or not? Yep, it is their choice. Either they choose to discard one of their security, or you gain one. When my opponent has 0 security, can I use this card? Yes, you can. And because your opponent cannot choose to discard their security, it will just turn into a card that recovers 1, which is really cool, incidentally. Hidden Potential discovered, a 0-cost option card. And the next time you would Digivolve a green Digimon by resting one of your Digimon, you reduce it by 5 until the end of the turn. Can I use this effect to evolve a Digimon that is suspended? Of course you can. You can Digivolve a suspended Digimon, therefore you can use this to lower the cost of evolving a suspended Digimon. On the turn this card was used, when I evolve a non-green Digimon into a green Digimon, does it get reduced by 5? Nope. The card's effect only applies when you evolve from a green Digimon. On the turn this card was used, when I evolve a green Digimon into a non-green Digimon, can I reduce it by 5? Yes, you can. It reduces when you evolve from a green Digimon. Positron Laser is a lovely card. It is a 6 cost and up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon cannot attack or block until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then if you have a blue Digimon in play, you return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to their hand, trashing all of the evolution costs. And we have had a ruling about this one. If I don't have a blue Digimon at the point in time when I play it, but I play one afterwards, can I activate the second part of the card? No, we only check for the blue Digimon once at the moment we play the card. Now, we don't actually know what this one's called. It might be God Bless, or it might be Breath of the Gods. But we do know that one of your Digimon gains reboot, its Digimon power cannot be reduced, and it cannot be returned to the hand or the deck until the end of your opponent's next turn. Well, when my opponent has this card's security effect activated, that is to say, none of your opponent's Digimon can attack the player or security until the end of this turn, can I attack my opponent's security? No. No, you cannot. The reason for this is that in the Japanese wording, it just says cannot attack the player. So therefore, the question comes in, well, can I attack the security? But no, in the Digimon TCG, attacking the security and attacking the player are basically counted as the same. BACI, all of your Digimon with blocker or reboot get security attack +1 until the end of the turn. If I have a Digimon with both blocker and reboot, can I have security attack +2? No, of course you can't. You look at a Digimon and you go, right, does it have blocker or reboot? If the answer is yes, it gets security attack +1, but that is it. When my Digimon that gains security attack +1 from this card's effect loses blocker or reboot after evolving or devolving, do I still get security attack +1? Yes. Because this would be an example of something that just happens. We're not continually checking. When you play the card, you grant the power. If this was a skill on a Digimon that said, all of your Digimon with blocker or reboot gain security attack +1, then it would be continually checking. But because it is an option card that you just play, it activates then, and we're done. We don't check again. Now, a card we actually have an English scan for, looking back on the good times. We don't have many English scans from BT3, most of the ones we're using are fan translations, but we do have this one. When you play it, you trigger D-Digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon, and then if that Digimon's play cost is 4 or less, you delete it. Well, if I play it on a Digimon with a play cost of 5 or above, I devolve it, and then they have a play cost of 4 or below. Do I then delete it? Yes. That is pretty much the entire point of the card. If I use this card on an opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 4 that has no evolution sources, i.e. so you cannot D-Digivolve 1, or a level 3 Digimon, again you can't D-Digivolve 1, Can I still destroy that Digimon? Can I delete it? And the answer is yes, you can. And we've seen this with a bunch of these rulings. You go to the Digivolve one, man, I'm not allowed. Then you go to delete, and oh look, it totally works. Return match, which may or may not actually be called return match. It's been translated on digimoncard.dev, a wonderful website, as back for revenge. But however it's translated, one of your Digimon gets, when destroyed, play this card without paying its cost. Digimon played by this effect do not activate their when played effects until the end of this turn. It brings back zombie Digimon, as I said. Well, what happens to the evolution sources under the card when this happens? They are not returned and they stay in the trash. You just get the Digimon back with no Digivolution sources. When a Digimon under this card's effect is destroyed but then played again, what happens to the effects it received from before it was destroyed? They are all lost. Any lower power, any higher security attack, whatever, they are essentially reset because you're playing a new Digimon. And when a Digimon under this card's effect is destroyed and then played again, can it attack on the same turn? Nope. Because we have a rule that Digimon cannot attack on the turn that they're played, and this would be the turn that it is played. And finally, the last one we need to have a look at, Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode, the green one. If it evolved from Peldramon or Dino Beamon, you reduce the cost to play it by 2, and it has piercing, and once during your turn, when only your opponent's Digimon is destroyed in battle with this Digimon, you put it active. But it's the same ruling we saw on the other Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode. If I evolve it in the breeding area, do I get to reduce the cost by 2? No! Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. Digimon in the raising area have no skills and cannot be affected by skills. That is something we have seen over and over and over and over again. And I rather suspect we will continue to do so. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the rulings. Those are all the rulings now. That is everything you need to know. And now it's over to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Are any of these rulings particularly nice for you? Are any of them particularly terrible? Are any of them particularly surprising? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.